beautiful people. So it's the last episode. I don't know if we should be teary, but of course we are finishing the season. We're ending the season here, but we're not like this is not the end of the podcast. Just in case you've not heard me say this before, we are yet to stay till like forever, right? All right, so it's a very great privilege to record all through this season. It's been 11 episodes, the 11th, and of course, it's going to also be great. If you've not listened to previous episodes, so the break we're having is going to be enough time for you to like catch up and listen up and catch yourself and take the lessons in them. All right, so today we're talking about communication, and honestly, I kind of have like a lot of thoughts juggled together, and that's what I'll be sharing this episode. Like, so I don't know what the caption will be like or the title will be like, but it's still communication. All right, so first of all, I want to talk about active listening. Something with communication is that it doesn't just stop at you talking. I know like talking is like a lot of the process, but even much more than talking is listening. The fact that you can listen as much as you can talk, very, very important. So with listening, there's listening and then there's active listening. Although I really feel like if you are listening, then you should be actively, right? So first process or first stage or first law with listening is that you're listening carefully. So it's very important that you are not listening to respond, right? So it's very important that you're not listening to respond. Instead, you are listening to understand. When someone is talking to you, when you're having a conversation with someone, it's very important that you are listening to understand what the person is saying at that time, not just the words. You know how we mentioned that communication is not just about the words, it's about the body language and the tone with which the person is saying what the person is saying. So you're putting all of that together and you're listening to them whole, because sometimes someone is saying something, especially in situations where the person cannot really truly express himself or herself. Communication is not just romantic relationship, right? So yes, this is a bit general. In situations where the person cannot totally express himself or herself, maybe because there's someone there that the person is scared of or something like that, body language would actually say a lot than the person's words in that situation. So you need to, while you're listening, listen carefully, pick up the signs. And sometimes some people are actually mad at you, they're angry, but they're saying they're not. Like with their words, they're saying I'm not, but their expression, their body language is saying otherwise. So when you listen carefully, you're able to see all of those and you're able to like get exactly what this person is saying. And that's when we're talking about speaking, using your words and communicating. Earlier, I said that it's very important that your body language and your tone matches what you're saying, so that you don't confuse the person listening to you. So after listening without interrupting, I know that almost always there's something you want to chip in and then you're like, oh sorry, let me just say this. But it's important that you listen without interrupting and then reflect on what is being said to be sure that you understand. Reflect as in you could even ask questions. You could be like, so if I'm correct, you're saying that the shoe should not be placed there, right? That's just an example where rephrase what the person has said so that you are sure that you actually get the message that the person has said. Then respond with empathy. We say empathy in the beginning of this communication series, and I really hope that we are not just people that talk without actually considering the other person's feeling. So I'm such that I almost always I have something to say about something. Like, I don't know, I'm pretty sensitive, so like things get to me, but I have learned, or I'm still learning actually, to keep my reservations to myself till I'm able to construct them in a way that the other person does not feel hurt or attacked or whatever the case may be. So another thing with listening is that you could offer solutions. Not just you could offer solutions as in say something like, how do you think I can help? What can I help with to make this situation better? Like if somebody is complaining about something, how can I help? How can we resolve this situation? You can go further to say, how can I help with this, right? So this builds trust. It also builds connection. So the other person feels safe to actually tell you whatever, because they know that you won't come back to give excuses and be defensive. Instead, you come back to say, oh, how do I do better? how do I help with this, yeah. So that is for listening. Okay, also in listening, you don't offer solutions first. So somebody is not telling you, I saw a video, let me just use that example. Somebody is not telling you that I can't find my charger, or I can't find my charger got burnt, and then you're saying, buy another one now. No. The purpose of that conversation, especially if it's from a lady to a guy, all right, the purpose of that conversation or of that information is not to get solution. There are so many times that I just want to, I'm sure that's not just me, like a lot of us are in that situation as well. You just want to talk, you just want to let it all out. I was discussing with my friend, was it last week? Yeah, I think last week. And I was sharing an experience with her, and she was going to say that, oh no, I don't think you should have done this, I don't think you should think this way, that kind of thing. And I told her that I'm actually not telling you because I don't know the right thing to do, or because I'm not going to do the right thing. I'm telling you because, like, it's like, okay, I know what is right, but I'm saying that if I have my way, the way I feel, I would actually react this way, or I would actually do this way. So I just want to, like, say it out to someone, talk about it to someone. Not like I would now do the wrong thing or not take the right decision, but I just want to talk about it. So sometimes someone is coming to you to discuss, to have a conversation. It's not most times it's not because they don't know what to do, right? Especially when someone is coming to you for comfort, it is not the right time to actually now say, you too, don't do this, do that. Nah. Like, first listen to the person's mindset, listen to the person's solution. Most times, right, when we're in conversation, people are bringing the problem and they're also saying the solution by themselves, right? Most times, because of course we are all smart people, right? So most times people are bringing the problem and they're saying the solution by themselves. Sometimes they just want a second opinion to confirm, or to kind of push them into doing that solution that they've profiled by themselves. All right, so listen first, don't offer solution first or throw advices. Listen to the person's mindset, listen to the person's reason as well. Like, somebody did something not so good, before you go on and say, you too, why would you do that, blah 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 shit. Listen to hear the person's reason. And then sometimes the person even comes with saying, I know that what I did is not right, and all of that. So listen carefully, don't interrupt. Then build on the person's solution, either by correcting it, or by strengthening it, or by emphasizing it. Do you understand? So yes, that is for active listening. I feel like this episode is going to be a bit longer than the rest, but please, I crave your indulgence. I promise it won't be so boring anyways. Okay, so that's for active listening. Then there is also tone and body language. So sometimes we've said this before, your tone, your body language, they have a very great role to play. And I feel like I believe that you will not be able to actually portray this rightly if you respond immediately when you are hungry. This particular one is about, like, responding when something is hurtful or painful, right? So I had an experience some years back in the bank. It was a public place, very embarrassing experience actually. I went to the bank for some stuff, and then we were on a queue, and it was like a sit queue, not standing. We're not standing, we're sitting. So the person before me went on before and, like, took a space that the person there is still coming back, that kind of thing. So since he moved, me and I moved now, like, to the seat he was staying before. Unluckily for him, the person that was sitting where he moved to came back, and then he had to, like, it was not like he was standing and then there's nowhere to sit, so he has to come back to his space that I am now on. And by the way, when I moved to his space, other people had already, like, filling the gap and all of that. So if I stand up, it would mean that I would, like, be standing up and not have a place to sit. You get the point? So but he came to me and he didn't say a word. He just flipped the chair over. If you know me, I'm a bit light feather. Is light feather the right word? I'm just lightweight, that kind of thing. So you because when I say flip the chair over, you might be thinking, so what? Like, that it? He flipped the chair over and I fell to the ground in a banking hall. Can you picture that? I was embarrassed, I was hurt, I was angry. I think I was more angry than any of the other emotions. All right, And in that moment, I just thought about it. If I stand up and slap this guy, if he slaps me back, I'm going to be in trouble. If I stand up and shout, I am not the kind of person that creates sin. I don't like confrontation. So I'd rather just mellow down, that kind of thing. So if I stand up and shout, I would be embarrassing myself, right? So I checked all of the options and I'm like, let me just, I just stood up. And somehow, annoyingly so, nobody in the bank said anything. Not the security guard, not the cashier, not the many people. No, like, it was like a dead all, like, silence, dead silence. Is there silence? Yeah, like it was silent, and I'm like, okay, nobody is actually saying anything. I'm on my own, pretty much. Okay, so I I stood up. Trust me, I was boiling. This is not just I was angry. I stood up and I was just wishing that I had what kind of supernatural power that would just say, oh yeah, you know how we watching those Rambo movies, oh yeah, maybe stand up, remove your dress or something like that, like something really really wicked like that, because I knew that in my own power, like at that moment, there's nothing I could do. All right, so the point of it is that I was angry. I later got a place to sit, and then I was attended to at the end. In fact, the is it cashier now or the bank official that was attending to me was saying, oh, you're really matured. In my mind, I'm like, you guys don't know nothing. So I just felt like I had to talk to this guy. And this is where communication comes. And I felt like I had to talk to him because I was angry. I was odd. I felt so embarrassed. I felt so little. I felt, oh Jesus, all kind of crazy feeling. So now, as opposed to standing up to shout, as some people would do, stand up to shout and then say, what's your problem? Is it blah 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 blah? It's because you're a guy. All of that. I just, after, although I could do that because I had calmed down, and that's why I said in the last episode that I think the second, like the episode before the last, that before you respond to situations, try to like cool down. It's hard. Oh, trust me, I've been there. It's hard. But try to cool down, calm down, so that you're able to get your thoughts together and say the right things. And it's actually harder to even be empathetic in that kind of situation, but it's possible. Okay, so what did I do? I thankfully we're in the same space. Funnily, I got attended to before him, because at the end of the day, why not? Right? I deserve it. I got attended to before him, and then at that point we were standing together, and I was like, bros, the thing you did the other time, like, do you really have to? Because like, what did you gain from doing that? I'm like, do you really have to? Like, that was the only thing I said, and then it was like, I'm sorry. Like, you even know how grudgingly and grumpy sound like that. He wasn't going to say that if I had not been like, if I didn't come like calmly and all of that. So not like that I'm sorry is what that I'm sorry kind of like sorted out all of the pain I felt, kind of like calmed me down. And so in communication, sometimes is I'm sorry that you actually know the kind of I'm sorry that is like, I'm sorry, get out. No, like the kind of I'm sorry that comes from a place of regret, like the other person seeing their action, seeing the consequence of their action towards like another, and really really being sorry for it. So I got that kind of I'm sorry, and it really made sense. It really like, pulled me down, that kind of thing. So with communication, there's also that what the whole point of my story is that your tone, it's not everything that you bring the shouts to. Nah, it's not a war. It's not wall of Jericho. All right. So sometimes you have to. And one thing I have noticed that I feel like a lot of ladies need to know is that, guys, it's easy for you to get a guy in quotes when you come with a soft, even the Bible, I think there's a part in the Bible proverb that says that soft tone turns away anger. That's probably me paraphrasing, but yeah, when you come with a soft tone, it's not easy. Trust me, it's not. I mean, it's the experience I shared, but it's possible. All right, and when you do that, everybody is fine. Then after the I'm sorry, if it's a relationship, because this person is a stranger, so there's really nothing to be discussing. But why? What happened to you? But after the I'm sorry, you could now bring the discussion up and say, but why would you do that? I felt really bad, all of that. But ensure that you're starting with a soft tone. I know sometimes you're angry and you just want to get it out and shout it out and all of that, but like, try practice the habit of like talking softly. You're a lady, please. You're a lady. Whatever anybody is telling you, as far as I'm concerned, you're a lady, so be ladylike. All right, so that is the second thing I'll share. Then when you are communicating and you want to like seek clarity, maybe something that someone did and you're not sure, you're shocked at it and you want to seek clarity, you want to be sure. All right, don't come to that conversation with the accusation mode. Don't come accusing. Come like, okay, so I'm going to give you an example. Come like with this kind of word, like, babe, no, a romantic relationship now, babe, I found out this, but I'm not sure. I mean, I know that you would not do this. Like, I know that this is something you would never do. I trust you enough. Like, I know you won't. But I mean, I saw this and just got me confused. Like, you know, really relate. I know you, and I'm seeing this. It's not really in alignment. What's up there? A conversation like that, not something like show the evidence or whatever out his face and say, is this not it? I just knew you were not to be trusted. Blah 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 shit. No, yeah, I mean, so when you are coming to a conversation where you want to seek clarity, where you are honestly, maybe you've concluded in your mind, gone. Like maybe you've concluded in your mind. Don't come to that conversation with the conclusion. Come with giving the person a benefit of doubt and saying, I trust you. I know you love me too much to do this to me, but I found out this. What's up there? Is that, oh God, come to them. Relationship is already hard on its own, so you'd know, right? Because this is an emotional, like they're emotional, and so it's a bit difficult to control them. All right, so that's for communicating or seeking clarity. Then there is this very thing that has been, everywhere: communication when you are busy. So you will probably not be able to talk to your babe or your boo, or your partner for the rest of the day, and maybe for 2-3 days. And somehow in the midst of all of that, you could not talk to a person like that. And then they say, you've not even been talking to me, but I say I've been busy, bros. If you have seen, I'm sure you've seen it, that being busy, if they say you would, if you love somebody, you create time for them. I stand I stand 100% on that solid ground. That if you actually care about someone, no matter how busy your schedule is, you would find time for them, because you find time to breathe. Later you come down and say she's the oxygen that you breathe. Without her, you cannot breathe. But I mean, in reality, we cannot see it. All right. So what I'm saying is that it's possible to actually communicate even when you have a crazy schedule. Maybe not in the schedule, like maybe not in the moment when you're busy, but before, right? Please, before the moment, because after is already late. It's like medicine after death, all right? So you're going to be busy. Maybe it's even something impromptu. You did not know you're going to be busy. Come on, like a little bit of hey, I'm going to be busy for this also time, but I'm going to try to like check up on you and all of that. And if you can, please, like emphasis on if you can, and I really hope that you can send a message or something during that busy moment. Hey there, I'm still no, it's just that one is even too much. I'm sorry, I'm bringing Yoruba vibe inside this podcast, but I really hope that you forgive that. All right, hey there, you good? What's up? Just eat them up like that. What it does or what it says is that, oh, I know this person is busy. I told me before, but it still comes to his mind. I mean, it's sweet. It makes there's an assurance it also give that no matter what this person is doing or anything, he has me in mind. I'm secured there. Like there's that kind of assurance. Do you understand? So for the workaholics and all of them, they will even be calling you. You will still not pick your call. Whether you used to put the phone on DND or what. Well, disturbance. My point is that in the midst of that, I know that maybe the person will not even come to mind. It's possible, yes, we've all had busy moments, but in the midst of your business, just pick out like 2 seconds just to say, I'm still busy, but what's up? Just leave it there. You don't have to be there when the person replies. Leave it there. It is the thoughts that counts. All right, so please don't give us that excuse that you're busy anymore. There are ways about it. If you need more help with navigating, maybe your case is peculiar, you can come to my DM or you can like comment if you're watching from YouTube. All right, okay, this is going to be a lot, but yeah. Okay, so there's also communication, as in saying the words over and again, saying the words. When I say the word, I mean love language. Not exactly. Okay, love language has its parts. I think that I'm going to also run communication for season 4, but maybe it's going to be like in another form, because I feel like communication is very broad and there's a lot to say. Okay, so when I say the words, I mean that we know you love your babe, we know she's beautiful, she knows you know, she knows that you know, but please say the word. Yeah, that's the point. Say the word. Love language is another thing, is a broader thing, and I don't want to go into that. Say the words. That's another level or another thing to communicate in a relationship. Tell her as often as you can. She knows, yes, she knows you know too, but say the word. Yes, please. Say the word. And this is not even just for the guys, for the ladies as well. He knows I love him now. We know that he knows, but tell him. Alright. And it's not just in I love you, you're beautiful. There are some words that are specific. Oh god. There's some words that are specific. I love how you are so consistent with your craft. I love how dedicated. That is specific, right? I love how you would leave everything behind to do something that God asked you to do. Specifics. Throw them in once or twice. Might not be daily, but yeah, as often as you can. I know people that will say they're not word people. They say it once in a blue moon. When they say it that once in a blue moon, the lady should just be grateful that they said this. Bros, whether you should know what you are doing, please don't let me even come for you. All right. Say the words, please. We know that she knows. Yes, once in a blue moon. So it's a privilege and opportunity to hear you tell her that you love her. Whether you should, that's not a cool way. That's not a cool way. I know, yes, it's who you are, but see this, and that's who I am. She has to take me like that. It's not really. If it help, what call it now? It's not really doing anybody any good, honestly. Like, it's very important that you are expressive with your feelings. Express it, especially when they come to mind. Be expressive. All right. I think that's all. Okay. Another thing. This is the last one, I promise. Another thing is, have those conversations. Now is the best time. The next best time is when you are cooled, like when you have cooled down. So if the matter is already like has taken a while that happened and you've not talked about it, now is the best time to talk about it. Like right now, as you're listening to me, talk about it. It's very, very important. Please don't sweep things under the carpet and say, especially if there are things that you know in your mind of mind that you cannot forgive or that you cannot let go of, you cannot forget. Please talk about it. Let them say you are petty. Of course, clear misunderstanding as well. Let them say you don't trust them. Clear misunderstanding, so yes, but talk about it. It's very important for you and then for the relationship, but first for you, because at least you'll not have to be worrying about it if you talk about it. All right, communication is very important. Communication is very broad. Communication is like key. If you remove love, will there be love if there is no communication? I really don't think so. So with this, I've come to the end of today's episode and sweetly the end of season 3. Due to my background noises, I think that my audio went off at some point. I hope that I'm able to fix that. If I'm not, please forgive that in advance. Oh, you already finished listening, but yeah. So till I come your way again, I don't know when that will be, but till I come your way again, please stay happy, stay sane. Very important to me that you stay loved. If nobody is loving you around you, there's God. And God's love is unending. It's unending. Somebody even says it's reckless. It's so sweet. God's love, they end at all. It's like forever. And it's new every morning, So you can't exhaust it. So stay loved. Stay in that, beautiful feeling of love. Understanding that you're loved, you're cherished, and you want more. You have the prize. Whether you're a male or a female, you are the prize. Don't ever allow anybody to put you down. Alright, this is going to be longer than expected. But yeah, I'm sure that you got value. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what can I say? Whether you don't like me, it's okay. It's not everybody that will like in this world, right? No problem. I forgive you. But if you are, maybe you just don't remember or something, well, I'm reminding you to subscribe. And if you've never shared this content, and you've always been listening. I hope that you're not a selfish person, Sha, because there's no love in selfishness. So please share with your people, share with your friends. Don't say my friends, they don't listen to all this kind of thing. Share and just know you've done your part. All right. Okay. Thank you guys. I am super grateful.